what kind of goes through your mind when you hear about Chris and just kind of the sympathy you have for him in a situation like this?
Yeah, first off, for all of us, this is the game of football is a game of football, but there's the game of life is a lot more important. So number one, his health is what's most important. And then you think about once, that his health's going to be fine. And he's in great care is the next thing is, for him, what a season, what a great job he's done, the accomplishments he's had, and, would like to see him finish the season, but that wasn't in our cards. So, our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Yeah, it seems like it's extremely tough for him. Like, he talked so much about, after last game, about wanting to get to 17, and here it is at 17.
Yeah. So, it's, as they say, that's life, but obviously, love Chris, love his season he's had and everything he's done for us. We're all with him.
You've probably experienced something like this before throughout the NFL season, but if Chris doesn't play, every receiver that you have available in this game was not on the roster in week one. I mean, have you ever seen an entire position group turnover?
Well, I mean, if you look at it, it's really kind of the story of our offensive season. When you look at our personnel, I mean, we've two running backs, that weren't here at the start of the season, and now we're going to have three receivers, that were not really in the rotation at the top of the rotation to start the season. So that's the NFL, that's football. So excited for the guys and their opportunities. These young guys are going to get opportunities to show what they can do, and we're going to go play the football game.
How has that been? I mean, how impressive has that been, or in what way has that been a strength of Tyler Shucks, that he's kind of working with a new rotation of guys almost on a weekly basis while having this success?
I think it shows his maturity. The biggest thing, and he's been through a lot, like we've talked about numerous times. So he's used to being around different casts. He did a couple times in college. So, but when you do it in the middle of the season, it's obviously a little more challenging. But I'll say this: give all our guys credit because they spend the extra time after practice. They're talking through things all the time in meetings to make sure they talk through details that maybe they're not going to get a rep of something because just where you are from a practice rep standpoint, and trying to make sure everybody's on the same page.
What do you think about the job Isaac did just in this last one?
Excuse me? Obviously, phenomenal performance, and he's heavy. He's a big guy, and when he gets going downhill, it was fun. It was good to see him have that success, and he, like I said, he's worked extremely hard. Give him credit for getting here, whatever halfway point of the season, and really diving in and learning the system, and then being able to go out and have that kind of game. It shows his dedication to his profession.
And what about Kevin Austin and the way that he's stepped up?
Yeah, I was big for Kevin. Really excited for him. Obviously, he gets the wheeler early in the game and then gets a touchdown catch. And another guy a younger player, that's kind of bounced around a little bit, and had him in the offseason, did some nice things. Was right kind of on the cusp there as we, started the season, and now he got some opportunities and made the most of it the other day.
Is that something about game situations that he's? I don't know. You hear this thing about practice versus game. Is he a gamer? I don't think at this level that sometimes at lower levels. You can say, the guy's a gamer. He doesn't really practice well, but a lot of that's because usually someone like that is more talented than the others because, there's such a fine line between success and failure in this league. If you're not mastering your craft every day, it's going to be very challenging to go out on Sunday and just make it happen. So then I assume that Kevin is matching practice with.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. His preparation, I think a lot of it too is, sometimes it's like anything else in life. If you don't feel like your opportunity's right there, maybe you don't quite push as hard or prepare it. It's like, now all of a sudden it's like, hey, I know this opportunity's coming. And you take, your level of preparation and your level of intensity to another level. And he's done a nice job of that. And that's not just last week. He's done that throughout as the season's kind of progressed.
Roderick mentioned after the game that some of the coaches at halftime were a little fired up and talking about the standard and what wasn't being done in the first half of that game versus what do you think kind of led to the offense instead?
I don't know that I can pinpoint one exact thing. Didn't feel like we were necessarily in sync. And now listen, give them a lot of credit. You know, Jeffrey Simmons is as good a defensive lineman as there is in this league. He was trying to wreck the game by himself. So give them credit. You know, they were doing some good things, but just didn't feel like we were locked in. We were totally focused. Didn't feel like the flow of the game was going the way it should. It just kind of felt like we were there, and the intensity wasn't what it needed to be. But give our guys credit, man. They regrouped at halftime. You know, got their eyes set forward and went out and played a good second half.
Outside of football, just given it's around the holiday season, I know everyone's still a little spread out, but I imagine it's been a while since the whole family's been this close geographically. Just what's that been like this year?
You know, it's been special. Obviously, anytime, you know, this career path-wise, haven't been with the family, like you said, a lot, and to be close to them, to get to spend Christmas Day with them, that's special. So never take that stuff for granted.